This morning we discuss Govardhan Lila, Krishna's pastimes of giving mercy to the Juja Patnis, the wives of the Brahmanas. We heard of the Purva Raga of the Gopis, attraction before meeting. We heard Krishna stealing the cloth of the young Braja Gopis. Then Krishna promised them definitely, we will enjoy together very soon. For both Krishna and the Gopis experienced so much. Purva Raga. So Sukadeva Goswami begins dealing with the most confidential section of the Srimad Bhagavatam. It is this Ras Panchadhyaya. 5 chapters dealing with Rasa. This is considered to be the smile of Sri Krishna. Therefore, who is performing this Rasa? Bhagavan Apira. Yatra. Apita Ratri Saradutpal Malika Viviksha Rantam Manaschakri Yoga Maya Upasya. Who is performing this Raslila, not any ordinary person, it is Bhagavan Api Ratriha, the Supreme Lord Himself. But we heard the Supreme Lord has unlimited opulences. He has a spiritual body, therefore this Leela is also called Kamvijaya. By hearing this passage, one becomes free from mundane lust. Therefore Sri Krishna on the first day of this Kartik Purnima, Sarat Purnima, that is the beginning of our Kartik Vrat, Krishna looked at the full moon, and that full moon reminded him of the face of the moon-like face of Srimati Radhika. So the moon was rising in the eastern direction, and the sun was setting in the western direction. Therefore the setting sun was casting these red rays onto the face of the moon. Therefore the wife, Indra, the wife of the western direction was casting, the wife of the western direction was having now some relationship with the moon. This is illegal. Look, this indicates Parikiras. So Krishna, he also comes in the lunar dynasty. And Krishna thought that he can do, then I will also do. Therefore, Yoga Maya Upasana. All these pastimes are arranged by Yoga Maya. When the moon rose, anointing the face of the eastern horizon with his reddish glows, the desire also awoke in Sri Krishna. I should also be in contact with Srimad Radhika. Therefore, Kalao Bamo Dasham Manoham. Sri Krishna played his old enchanting flute sound, and he made the sound cling. Kalao Bamo Dasham Manoham. Cling. That is the Bij mantra of Kam Gayatri. Therefore, Kaling, you will hear. Kling Ka means Krishna, La means Radharani. It means the Jivan relationship between Bindu, that is the relationship between Radha Krishna, such as embracing, such that is all given in Kling Sa. So when Sri Krishna played his flute, that is the Kam Gayatri mantra, same mantra we take in our own succession. When we chant that mantra, what happens? We fall asleep, mind is wandering here and there. But when that sound entered the ears of the Braja Gopis, they became full of desire to serve Krishna. Therefore, some gopis were milking cows. As soon as the sound of Krishna's flute entered their ears, they left the cow and ran towards Krishna in the forest. Some cow gopis were milking, boiling milk on the stove, making chapatis. As soon as that sound entered their ears, they became full of prem. They also left the chapatis burning on the stove and ran. Some were serving their husbands. Some were looking after others' children. Some were doing other activities, but as soon as the sound entered Krishna, their ears, they dropped whatever they were doing and ran to meet with Krishna. That time each gopi only heard her name. Radharani heard Radha, O Radhe. Lalita heard Lalita, Vishaka heard Vishaka. All gopi only heard their own name. Thus as soon as they heard their name, they left everything and ran. The gopis were so enchanted by the sound of Krishna's flute, they could not even understand how the gopis were also running on each side of them. As they were running, their earrings were swinging, and all became intoxicated. Therefore, some gopis were checked, and other husbands.
Hey, we could have left our shoes here. I'm sorry, brother.
Therefore, some gopis, when they heard the sound of that flute, they ran completely mad. They never cared for anything. All they could understand now, Krishna means our service. Some gopis also, they were putting eyeliner on as soon as they heard the sound of the flute. They put eyeliner only on one eye and ran. Afterwards, when they came to Krishna, Krishna put eyeliner on with his own hand. Some gopis were so much in anxiety they put their ankle bells around their neck and their necklace around their ankles. Made like mad women they ran. Giving up all sense of shame. Laja, Daja, Deha Sukh, Atma Sukhaman. Many obstacles towards meeting Krishna, but the gopis crushed them like mad elephants. A woman's chastity, the Vedic religion, even one's own sense of shame, fear of husbands, fear of family members. These are all like dams. Checking the gopis meeting with Krishna. When a river is in flood, what to do? It crushes everything. So the gopis, their desire to meet Krishna, crushed all obstacles. And they ran. They gave up everything. They knew they would never be accepted back by their families. But for gopis, only gopis can give up everything for Krishna. The prem of the gopis is like a pure sheet. There's not even one speck of lust, sense, or desire for their own enjoyment. Therefore, Athaira Gopigam Nahi Pramaganda, Krishna Sukh, Nagimatra Krishna Se Sambandha. Gopira Dukh Sukh Nahike Gopika Bachar. The gopis have no thoughts of their own happiness or distress. Krishna Sukh Nagimatra Gopika Bachar. The gopis only desire one thing, how to please Krishna, how to make him happy. They never think by going to Krishna we will become happy. By going to Krishna we will make Krishna happy. Therefore the prema is called Vridanurag, pure attachment for him. Thus some gopis could not go. They were checked by their husbands, by their family, by their relatives who locked the door, you will not go. Those gopis had not achieved high class of prema. Those gopis, not so much perfect in their attraction to Krishna. Maybe they had just achieved perfection, southern cities, but had not achieved the state of Mahabharata. Without Mahabharata, how you went to Rasi. There were those gopis who were immature in their complete attraction to Krishna. Maybe they had some attraction for their husbands, some attraction for their children and household duties. But those gopis were checked. Therefore they felt the fire of separation from Krishna. And that fire burned away any remaining prasad, obstacles that were there to their attaining Krishna. Just like if you take a green avocado or a green mango, how do you make it ripe? You put it in a warm place. And by the heat of the sun, that green mango becomes ripe. So in the heat of separation from Krishna, when the gopis' attraction to Krishna became completely mature. Then it could be the next day when Krishna played his flute, they could escape. Or the next day after that. Therefore, those gopis who could not achieve Krishna, they were put in the fire of separation. That separation burnt away any obstacles they had. So while Sukadeva Goswami was speaking this Ras Katha, then Parikshit Maharaj could notice, Sukadeva Goswami could not notice. He was completely absorbed. But Parikshit Maharaj could notice in the audience were many different types of listeners. Some were karmis attached to fruitive activities. Some are yogis attached to mystic perfection. Some of the audience were non-devotees or mixed devotees. When we speak, we have to look at the qualification of the audience. We have to speak these things even though people are not qualified. So anyhow, when Sukadeva said, what is the use of speaking of Gopi Bhav? The people in the audience are just thinking, when can I get married? So Parikshit Maharaj noticed that when Sukadeva Goswami was speaking this katha, that many people in the audience were thinking, what is this? What is the reason Krishna comes to this material world? Padatanaya sadhanam vinisaya dushkritam dharmas samstapayate Mudyanti. Why Krishna comes to this material world? To destroy the religion and to establish religion. Then if Krishna came to this world to establish religious principles, why is he having affairs with the men, with the wives of other men? Therefore, as Parikshit Maharaj asked this question, when Sukadeva Goswami became disturbed, Parikshit Maharaj is not asking for himself, he is asking for others. You'll hear. O sage, the gopis knew Krishna only as their beloved. They did not know him as the Supreme Lord. So how could these girls, whose minds were thus attracted by material things, achieve perfection? Gopis never think Krishna is the Supreme Lord. They think he is the most attractive young, charming lover. Thus Sukadeva Goswami said this point was already explained to you. Kama dvesha boyasnaya yata bhakta sari manaha. Therefore, kama krodam boyam sneham oikem sodadam evacha nityam haro vidadato yanti tadmayatam hite. This point was already described. Krishna is like fire. Whoever approaches fire gets the benefit. Therefore, those who approach Krishna by lust, those who approach Krishna out of anger, those of envy, those who approach Krishna out of fear, and those who approach Krishna out of affection, all become absorbed in Him and achieve perfection. Anyhow you approach Him. The gopis approached out of lust, calm. Shishupal approached out of envy. He was always hating Krishna, always speaking badly about him. But he never thought about anything else. Always he would blaspheme Krishna day and night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. He would never speak about anyone else except Krishna. But he would always speak about Krishna's faults. Anyhow, he's speaking and thinking and remembering only Krishna, no one else. He easily achieved perfection. Some think Krishna out of fear when it comes. He knew Krishna would be the cause of his death, therefore he was always meditating on Krishna in fear. At the time of death, when Krishna killed him, what did he think of? Krishna. And some approach Krishna out of devotion. But anyhow, they approach Krishna. And Krishna is all good, all auspicious. Therefore, people can achieve him out of hatred, out of envy, and out of fear. Then why the gopis could not achieve him out of lust? Therefore, na chevam vismaya kajo bhavata bhagavati ajay. O king, you should not be bewildered. After all, Krishna is the master of all mystic potencies. He is the supreme Lord. Whoever approaches him must achieve liberation. So the gopis is full of deep attraction for Krishna. It is called Madhurya Ras, conjugal mind. Thus, when the gopis had given up everything and left and came to Krishna, living behind the obstacles of their parents, family members, chastity, shame, and everything else, they gave up everything and approached Krishna and Bamsi Bhat. That tree is still there. Who has been there? Bamsi Bhat. What a divine place. When Sukadeva Goswami is speaking now, he is not saying the gopis are going to Bamsi Bhat. What does Sukadeva Goswami say? Gopis are coming. When Sukadeva Goswami spoke this, where was he? He was near Himalaya, Saptaha. So how Sukadeva Goswami can be hundreds of miles away from Vrindavan and say gopis are coming? Because he is also there in Bamsi Bhat in one form. So when we speak Katha, we should be like that. We should not think I'm in Venice. We should always think I'm in Vrindavan. And hearers should also think with that type of absorption. The gopis gave up everything and came to Krishna. And what did Krishna say to them? Swagatam Vamaha Bhago Priyam Kim Guruvanika. Oh, gopis, thank you for coming. Why have you come here? Is everything okay in Vrindavan? For what reason have you come to me in the middle of the night? Rajanyasa Gorarupa Gora Saptaha. This Vrindavan is full of many dangerous animals. Also, that forest is very dark. Have you come here to see the beauty of the forest in the night time during the full moon? But I think it is very wrong for you to come here. Because when your husbands and parents find you are not there, they will search for you. Do not cause anxiety for your family members. Also, now you've seen this Vrindavan, which is full of nice flowers and which is decorated by the silver rays of the moon. Vrindavan was like it was painted silver because of the full moon light. Now you've come here and see the trees which are nicely glistening in the full moon with the slight breeze. Now you have fulfilled your desire by coming and seeing the forest at night. You should return home, definitely. Why? You are a married woman, and I am a single man. I am brahmachari, celibate. It is not good for a brahmachari to be alone in the middle of the forest with many young girls. Therefore, a woman who gives up her husband for piteous, adulterous affairs, she loses all happiness in this life. and the next. Therefore, you must return home, go back to your husband. But Krishna's words, the highest religious duty for a woman is to serve her husband, whether he is old, deformed, ugly, cruel, or stupid, or all of the above. It is the highest religious duty of a woman to serve her husband. Therefore, any woman who deserves a good destination in this life and the next life should never abandon her husband. Also, you are from respectable families. How you can throw the name of your families and your parents into the mud of death. Also, love for me is not achieved simply by being near. Love for me is achieved by hearing, chanting, and remembering about me. The same result is not achieved simply by being near me. Thus, Krishna spoke many cruel words to the gopis. But Krishna's words have many other meanings also. If you move the Sanskrit a bit here and there. In one sense, Krishna is saying, go home. This forest is full of dangerous animals. Have you come here to see the night forest? You should return home. Because I'm a brahmachari, a celibate, and you are young girls. And this is one meaning. But if you move the Sanskrit, a few syllables here and there, another meaning comes. Krishna says, you should not go home to your husband, because your husbands are all stupid, deformed, and ugly. You should not go back to them. You should stay here with me, because I am not a brahmachari, I am not celibate. I think you have not come to the forest simply to see the nice trees of Vrindavan and the moonlight. I think you have really come here for me. Therefore, you should never go home, because your parents will never find you anywhere in this deep jungle. And Vrindavan, you should not go home, because Vrindavan is full of very friendly animals like rabbits and deer. You have nothing to fear. Do not go home, do not go home, do not go home. So Krishna's words, two meanings. And gopis, very hard to understand what Krishna means. One of his 64 qualities, he is very inscrutable, very grave. What he means is very hard to understand. So in 11 verses, Krishna spoke many reasons why the gopis should not be with him. Therefore the gopis spoke 12 reasons why they should be with him. Finally the gopis said, Krishna, you are giving us so many instructions on religious principles. Therefore you are our spiritual master. And all scripture says, one should serve the spiritual master first. But when the gopis spoke, revealed their attraction to Krishna, then Krishna allowed, even though he is the self-satisfied Supreme Lord, out of mercy he agreed to be with the gopis. And here, the gopis answered 12 verses. Therefore, hear upon these words from the despondent gopis who are hanging their heads and weeping and scratching in the dirt with their toenails. Their tears were staining their kumkum-covered bodies, and their kajal was also flowing down their cheeks. Then Krishna, even though he is the supreme master and control of all the senses, he is up and around, he has no unfulfilled desires. Therefore Krishna, he agreed to be with them. Thus Krishna began dancing with his rasa. Some gopis playing instruments, other gopis singing. Therefore Krishna appeared just like the moon surrounded by stars. How many gopis were there? 10 quadrillion gopis. 10 quadrillion. What do you think? Krishna is a small-time enjoyer. He is the supreme enjoyer for that reason. When the living entity tries to become a supreme enjoyer in this world, what a joke. Foolishness. This is obvious that jiva, individual soul, can never become the enjoyer. Because Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. The jivas are to be enjoyed by Krishna, not to become a separate, independent enjoyers. Thus some gopis would sing in very wonderful melodies. Krishna could not match their melodies. Some gopis were playing musical instruments. And Krishna, how he danced 10 quadrillion means unlimited gopis. So on the bank of the Yamuna, where sand was spread like silver foil, on the bank of the Kalindi, there were fragrances of lotus flowers and many other trees. Krishna aroused people in the hearts of the gopis by touching their arms and different parts of their bodies, by laughing and also embracing them again and again. Millions and millions of gopis in one Krishna. Therefore Krishna expanded himself into millions and millions of forms. Each form, each gopi had 2 Krishnas, but each Krishna had 2 gopis. Therefore some gopis, when Radharani, some gopis became proud, so Bhagyan, we are also equal to Radharani. Who is Radharani? She is the most beloved of Sri Krishna. She is just like, she is the binding link of Raslila. Therefore, Chintamani Sarup Krishna Prema Kalpalata. Radharani's Chintamani Sarup, she fulfills all the desires of Sri Krishna. So when all the gopis saw, they had pride. We are the same as Radhika. And Radharani also developed man. What is the difference between me and the gopis? The gopis are now, Krishna is not giving me any special respect. He is treating me equally with everyone. Therefore Radharani developed pride, man. Therefore Sukadeva Goswami describes, at that time all the gopis thought of themselves as the best women around. Tatso Bhagyam Madam Vikshamanam Chakeshava Reshamaya Prasadaya Tatraivan Taradiyata. Intoxicated by false pride, the gopis now thought we are equal to Radharani. Radharani also became angry. Krishna is such a cheat. He is always saying, oh Radha, I love you the best. But he is treating me on an equal basis with the other gopis. Therefore out of man, Radharani left, Rasi. As soon as Radharani left, Krishna was not satisfied. Therefore Krishna also began searching for Radhika. There's one song about Kato Bhakti. Therefore this Raslila is the proof of the super excellency of Srimad Radhika. Satakoti Gopi Madhava Man Rakita Narila Kodila Jata. Despite the presence of billions of gopis, without Radharani, Krishna could not be satisfied. Therefore Krishna gave up those millions of gopis. And also he began searching for Radharani. Then hearing this, you can understand how much love is in the heart of Radharani. So you can hear this.
Gopi, Gopi, Madhava Man, Rakhite Narila Kare Jata.
Gopi, Gopi, Madhava Man, Rakhila Narila Kare Jata. So how much nectar is in the heart of Thakur Bhaktivinoda? Last Janmashtami in Delhi, when the devotees were singing like this, and Guru Maharaj said, don't think that Bhaktivinoda Thakur is less than Sri Rupa Goswami. Otherwise, how you can write like these things? Sata Gopi, Gopi Mad, Raman, Rakita, Nauyilo, Koyilo, Japan, Venu Gita Gaki, Radhika Nam, Eso Radhi Gaki Hashem. So when Srimati Radhika left the Ras Mandal, and she is some Srila Bala Gela, you can see Jayala Goswami. She is the binding link in Rasa. Just like people do not only press the grain out of wheat before they had bulls going around. So Radharani is that central binding all the Brajagopis and Krishna in this Raslila. That as soon as Radharani left, Raslila was completely smashed. It was Satakopi Gopi Madhava. Despite the presence of 10 quadrillion gopis, without Radharani, Krishna could not be satisfied. Therefore, Krishna also left them all and went searching for Radharani. Venugita Dake Radhikanam, Eso Radhi Dake. And Krishna again and again playing his flute. Radhe, Radhe, Eso Radhi. Radharani, please come. Radharani, please come. Then Krishna searching like a madman. Bangya Sira Samandalatavi, Radha Ambeshana Chanayajava. Dekho Diya Radhe Rakya Pran Boliya Kambe Kamana. Then Krishna also like a madman, he began searching through the jungles and the forests and kunjas of Vrindavan. Radha Ambeshana Chanayajava. Krishna also gave up everything. That is real sannyas. He also began searching. Where is Radhika? Dekho diya Radhe Rakya Pran. Imagine Krishna is weeping and saying, Radharani, give me darshan of your lotus feet. If I do not see you, I will give up my life. Krishna is saying like this, forest to forest, and weeping. Nirjanakane Radharadori Milaya Paran Juraya Hari. Krishna in a solitary place, searching for Radharani. If I do not meet Radharani, I will give up my life. Therefore, to hopping and Kahararas and Krishna weeping. Without you, where is Rasila? O Radharani, only for you I stay in Vrindavan. Ehino Radhika Chanamatali, Bhakti Vinoda Kandi Bhakti Montako says, I also want the seva of Radharani. They were weeping, he's saying, I want to fall at the feet of those who have the service of Radharani. They can write my name in her book of service. Thakur Bhakti. You can imagine what is the heart of Bhakti Thakur who can do kirtans like this. Therefore, nighttime Saraswati Thakur would see Thakur Bhakti wearing his dhoti like a gopi, cooking a mass and midnight cooking puri and sabji for Radha Krishna. He is not thinking that time I am man, completely absorbed in his mood as internal mood as a gopi. Then Krishna also moving forest to forest. Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Sri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Sri Radhe, Jai Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, That time Krishna also speaking with Shikshastra. Cheto Vapam Mojana Mahadavakame Vapam Soya Koya Chandika Vikanam Vidyavadi Jiva Ananda Muni Vadanam Pratipadam Tonahita Sadhanam Salatma Sapanam Paramajayati Krishna Sankirtan. That time all these verses of Shikshastra also could think this is for the name of Radharani. Oh Radharani Cheto Vapam Mojana. Your name is extinguishes the blazing fire until it is. Or Radharani, your name is like a full moon. My heart is like a lotus. Okay. All these things. Or Radharani, Sadatma Snapana, Paramvajayati, Sri Krishna Sankirtan. Radharani, I will give my whole soul in yourself. If the name of Radharani is so powerful, therefore, this Vrindavan, Mohimrita, Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur says, there is a very powerful mantra. If you chant it, all perfections will run behind you. Even the Supreme Lord will run behind you. What is that two-syllable mantra? Radhe Radhe. Namanam Satameva, Radhanam Sutama Yasmadatu Sadarada, Najana Sikim Kalambare. Krishna says, one who chants my name 100 times, it is not equal to the chanting the one time the name of Radharani. If one gets such a result, we chant the name of Radharani, we do not remember her. If Krishna says, if someone always remembers Radharani, Krishna says, even I cannot describe the result he achieves. But for Krishna also tasting this nectar of separation and moving forest to forest, weeping and chanting the name of Radharani. Even Krishna can weep and cry for Radharani, we will not do it. Even Krishna wants to say of Radharani, and we do not want. That is foolishness. Therefore Krishna, like a mad elephant, he's searching everywhere. Look at that Radharani, she is Krishna's Radhini Shakti. That potency, that energy which gives happiness to Krishna, that potency is called Radharani. For Govinda Mohini Radha, Govinda Nandini Radha, Govinda Mohini, Govinda Sarvasa Sirada. She is called Govinda Mohini, she bewilders even Krishna. Govinda Nandini, she gives happiness even to Krishna. Krishna is Sarvasa, she is everything to Krishna. Sirada Thakur. Jai Jai Sri Radha. And all these things only known to this Sampradaya of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Before Mahaprabhu knew anything like this, no one knew. Jadi Gauranga nahi to tabi kehe to kemano dorite Siddhadhara Mahima Pramana Sasina Jaitako Janatake. If Gauranga had not come here in the mood of Radharani, he would have known all these things. The glories of Srimad Radharani. God, Haribol, Gaur. As Krishna was like a madman searching for Radharani, the gopis were also mad searching for Krishna. Radharani had crossed the other side of Yamuna, and where did she go? Prem Sarovar, Man Sarovar. And there she also weeping. Why I left Krishna, I don't know. What is in my nature that makes me do these things? And she is weeping. And Radharani's servants, they are also weeping. How they can tolerate Radharani's separation. Therefore, see, Krishna Viraha Radhakara Dasa Amitu Sahita Thakur Bhaktivinoda Kamalanjali said, you cannot tolerate Radharani's separation from Krishna. I will give up my body millions of times just to arrange again the meeting of Radha and Krishna. So Mansarovar, not just the tears of Radha, the tears of her servants also. Tat Sukha Sukhitva. When Radharani is happy, they are happy. When Radharani is miserable, they are miserable. For those tears of Radharani and her servants, that became Mansarovar. That place most dear to be there. Therefore, other scriptures say we have to cry for God. But only Bhagavatam says no. Krishna is crying for his devotee. No other scripture will be so bold as to say this. So, as Krishna disappeared suddenly, searching for Radhika, then the gopis became also like a group of mad female elephants who lost their mates. Therefore, those women, as they remembered Krishna, they became overwhelmed in remembrance of Krishna's smile, his joking words, the coolness of his touch, the enchanting talks they had with him. Therefore, absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, the gopis also became like mad. They also began searching for Krishna. They asked the trees, the creepers, even the animals, where has Krishna gone? Where has Krishna gone? Therefore it says, Kotismita Prakshana Vashanta Dishu Priya Priyasya Pratiruddha Mukte Asvaha. The gopis also absorbed in separation. They became Tadatma, one with Krishna. And what happened? The gopis said to one another, I am Krishna. Look how I walk. And one gopi began walking like Krishna. One gopi said, look how I play the flute. She began doing something. Look, I'm lifting Govardhan. She lifted her cloth like this. Another gopi, so much absorbed in thinking of Krishna, she began moving like baby Krishna, kicking her hands and feet. Another gopi, absorbed in the mood of Krishna, put her hands on the shoulder of some other friends, as if they are cowherd boys. Look how I'm moving through the forest. The gopis became so much absorbed in thinking of Krishna, the gopis thought, I am Krishna. The gopis never became Krishna. They were thinking this, but they never became Krishna. Gopis are always gopis. But too much absorbed in separation that these feelings came. These feelings also came in Krishna. When Krishna could not find Radha, he also sat underneath in Vitala. And I was thinking, absorbed in Radha, and then the feeling came, I am Radha. So much Krishna became absorbed in thinking Radharani, his complexion changed, he became the same complexion as Radharani, the same color. Radha Chintana Vesana, Yasakham Divodopita, Sri Krishna Charanam Bande, Radha Niyata Vigraha. Tomorrow we'll discuss this. Our Gurudevs knew how much he was Sikh Vaishnava. He wrote this when he installed the deities of Krishna in his temple in Navadvip. Why you put white Krishna? Or is Krishna black? I thought maybe white Krishna is cheaper. White Krishna was more expensive, Kumar, something. And he wrote that Astika Brada Chintanavesa, which Krishna we worship. We worship that Krishna who was weeping for Radharani. So much separation from Radharani, he has become like Radharani. Haribo, Krika. Then he became so much absorbed in thinking of Radharani, he began weeping, where is Krishna, where is Krishna? Can you think? Amazing. In material mathematics, positive and negative become zero. But in spiritual mathematics, positive combined with the negative become the positive weeping for himself in the mood of the negative. Who is that? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like if you put iron into fire, or you put iron into the freezer, what happens to the iron? It becomes just like fire, it becomes just like ice. The fire does not become ice, it becomes absorbed in that mood. So the gopis are in Vrindavan weeping, I am Krishna, I am Krishna. And Krishna is in Bhamsi Bhat, also weeping, where is Krishna, where is Krishna? In the mood of Radharani. So that is the perfection of our philosophy. And Chinta Abed Tattva. Abed. Oneness and difference. Within prayer, these things are experienced. Sukadeva Goswami Ki Jai. Thus the gopis absorbed in this madness of separation, they are asking the trees, where is Krishna, where is Krishna? Oh Aspat, these trees are very tall and male trees. Aspat Palaksh, have you seen Krishna? But can trees speak? Trees cannot speak. But the gopis in their madness, they are not thinking these things. Then the gopis thought these trees are male. They are on the side of Krishna. Males are very cruel and hard-hearted, they will not come. When the gopis saw Tulsi, Vrinda, oh Tulsi, you are very dear to Krishna, you are always on his lotus feet. Can you tell us where the son of Nanda Maharaj went? But that Tulsi tree also not speaking. Why? The gopis thought maybe Krishna touched her. As he went to the forest, therefore her voice is choked in ecstasy, she cannot speak. These are all very difficult things to understand. This is all divine madness, pure love for Krishna. And topmost stuff. We are just hearing. We are just hearing. We don't watch it, even if we're sitting in spiritual life now, but we don't understand it. How we're going, something is just like if you run through an incense factory very fast. When you come out the other end, something is there. You cannot say nothing is there. So this Katai, when we go out, what was that about? I have no idea. Jai Shri Ram Govinda Ji. Even right up here we go outside, what was that about? I have no idea what it was about. But some fragrance of this Bhagavat will be on our hearts. Like our Padma Gurudev, one time, his godbrother Narahari Saravavigraha was very sick. He could not digest anything. So he was going to die in 1 or 2 days, that much serious. So our Gurudev's Guru took him, tomorrow is his appearance day. So everyone must come tomorrow. So when Padma Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Kadyan, Kesika Swami Maharaj took him to the Ayurvedic doctor, the Ayurvedic doctor said his medicine is 1 tablespoon of ghee. Padma Gurudev said, are you completely crazy? He cannot even digest water and you are giving ghee. You know what ghee is? Yeah, purified butter. He will not digest, he will not be able to digest it at all. Doctor said, I know. 99% will just go straight through, but 1% will be there. 1% will coat the intestines and go in and give him strength. And in the morning when he takes his second spoon, 2% will coat the intestines. And 2% will go. In the afternoon when he takes his next spoon, 5% will go. So Pandura said, these topics are like that. 99% is just going in one ear, 100% is going in, 99% is going out the other ear. But 1% is coating and making an impression in your heart. Just like a rope. In the villages in India, when they throw a bucket down a well, and they pull up the bucket full of water, that rope is very soft and the stone is very hard. That rope over many, many years, that rope cuts into the stone. Have you seen it? Yes. The hearts are harder than stone. And this guitar is more pure and softer than rope. But hearing again and again, this must make some impression in the heart. So the gopis are asking all the trees, all the vines, all the creepers, even the deer, where has Krishna gone? We cannot find him. Some deer were looking, and seeing these crazy gopis in the forest, they ran away. And looking back at the gopis, look, the deer are showing us, come this way, come this way. The gopis absorbed in Krishna, acting out his pastimes, completely mad and intoxicated for him. They're moving from forest to forest. Therefore, the gopis finally found the footprints of Krishna. Krishna had found Radha. No matter what he did, he could not pacify her. Karanidam skalatam sukesh, Karanidam skalatam sukesh, Prastam chapita pasanam brajadaj summa. What is Krishna doing? He's peacock fed. He's Pitamba. He's food, everything that is dear to him, he is offering in the field of Radha. Please be merciful to me. I am a great offender. I will never treat you the same as any other gopi again as long as I live. And Krishna weeping. But Radha is very strong. No. I will not accept you again. This is called man. So the happiness of meeting after this type of man, that is called pranaya. Sridhara Krishna pranaya vikriti ladavim shakti. And to taste that pranaya, Krishna came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What happiness is there? So Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but he is always at the feet of his devotees. That is Krishna's highest form. Very hard to break Radharani's man. That is called Durjai man, very strong. Krishna says to Madhumango, Madhumango, when I lifted Govardhan for 7 days and 7 nights, piece of cake. I did not use any energy whatsoever. When I killed the demons like Bhuta, Trinavad and Agasur, that was also very easy for me. Even no perspiration. But Madhumango, when I tried to break Radharani's man, I used my full energy and it still wasn't enough. It's a very wonderful and astonishing exchanges between Sri Radha and Krishna. So finally Radharani, pleased by Krishna, again, they walked off together to a solitary place. Thus, Krishna took Radharani to Srimad, and Radharani became in the mood of Swarga. It's called Swarga now. Means dominating Radha. Oh Krishna, decorate my hair. And Krishna's plucking flowers and decorating the hair of Radharani. And Radharani is looking at her, as if looking at her own reflection, but she is looking at Krishna in the reflection of the mirror. And Krishna also looking in the mirror at the face of Radharani, that is Srimad Raj. So there was a very loving meeting of Sri Radha Krishna. Sri Nityananda also went there when he came to Vrindavan. Srimad Bhagavat ki, because Sri Krishna personally decorated Radharani after the meeting. So when the gopis in madness were searching out Krishna, they found Krishna's footprints. Along with footprints was the footprint of another gopi. Which gopi? Sukadeva Goswami is not saying. Because Radharani is very confidential, secret. Also Radha na Uchavana Matena Sadamansi Vamsha. If Sukadeva Goswami will say one time the name of Radha, he will fall unconscious for 6 months. And his disciple only has 7 days to live. For that reason, Sukadeva Goswami checked himself every time, not directly saying the name of Radharani anyway. But the foolish persons say, where is the name of Radharani? In the Puranas, in the Bhagavat. Radharani is in every single verse, every single syllable. But like the owl cannot see the sun, those devotees who have not got the mercy of Radharani cannot see Radharani. Therefore, the gopis, they saw the footprint. Whose footprints are they? Everyone could not understand. There were 4 types of gopis. Some inclined to, some who are Radharani's group, Swapaj, group and Rati Manjari, Maliki Shakti, etc. Radharani is their life and soul. Her seva is everything to them. They know the footprints of Radharani. Because always they are holding her feet, massaging, doing some seva. They know Radharani's footprints. But those gopis who are against Radharani, even in the spiritual world, there's politics. But that politics makes an astonishing taste, a great happiness. It's just like if you drink water, big deal. Into that water, you put lemon juice, a little bit of salt, sugar, pepper, and that becomes nectar drink, lemonade, something. But when many things are mixed together, many conflicting tastes that produce an astonishing experience called rasa. There were all these different groups of gopis are all trying to give Krishna the happiness, great happiness. I've been hearing this many years, I'm a little age or something. But the gopis who are Radharani's party, they can understand. Immediately they recognize Radharani's footprints. This is like Lalita and Vishaka. Why? Because the manjaris are always with Radharani. In Raslila, gopis like Lalita and Vishaka giving some attention to Krishna. The manjaris don't give any attention to Krishna. They're completely focused on Radharani. And when Radharani left, they left with her like shadows. Rupa and Rati manjaris. The other gopis who also didn't been inclined to Krishna, they could not understand where Radharani was. But the manjaris are always with her. There were those gopis who were with Radharani's group, they could understand these footprints of Radharani, they became full of happiness. But those gopis who were neutral, tatast, those who were a little bit friendly, suited, punch, especially those who were against Radharani, tatast, vipaksh, who could not understand whose footprints are they. Therefore, Anaradatanunam Bhagavan Harisava Yanno Vihita Govinda Kutoyad Ayaraha. Those gopis who were against Radharani, Paksha Chandravri, Anaradatanunam, there was the name of Radharani, Anaradatanunam Bhagavan Harisava. Whose footprints are these? We do not know. But she must have worshipped the Supreme Lord, Ishvara Hari, more than anyone. Why? She has so many pious credits. Krishna has taken her along and left all of us. Sukadeva Goswami not saying directly the name of Radha. Param Gurudev would never allow to say, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, that we are doing. Param Gurudev would never allow. So the Radharani's name is not for throwing on the street. We are doing because Gurudev he likes it much. His Gurudev also loves Radharani, but his will is not shown. That he would never take bath even in Radha Kund, Gurudev would not. He would just put some drops on his head. How I can put my feet on Radharani and in the Radha Kund, he would think like that. So much deeper passion. And so each Vaishnava has their own unique thing. But for something we should not compare simple externals like this. We should look for the reason why they're doing something.
Also, Sri Maharaj, you would not offer this Radharani name without
too much respect.
And he said that we should be careful not to mix so easily.
We are doing in temple that Gaudiya we are speaking, but outside we will not speak these topics. Like if you throw pearls to a swine, what the swine will do, he will not accept the value of that. But we're doing this in Bhagavat Saptaha, you don't do in Bhagavat Saptaha when you speak with one. These are Vaishnavas, so many years, devotees are there, 20, 30 years, they're hearing and speaking and for their happiness, they're doing something. Also, new happiness. God mentioned Radharani a little bit, and how you can feel happiness. Pujyapat Madhusudana Maharaj, his Guru, Janardana Maharaj. Many people say, so Rasik Vaishnava, so Rasik. Prankishore Guru told me. He met him. Said, one day he thought what Maharaj is doing, he would look, the crack in his room, he's just walking up and down. Radhe, 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 Radhe. walking up and down alone in his room. He would chant Harinam, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Radha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Radha. The wonderful Maharaj, what are you doing now? The name of Mahamantra contains the name of Radharani 8 times. And the name of Krishna 8 times. What necessary to chant Radha at the end of each mantra? He said, oh Baba, I don't give a little bit extra Radharani, my mind is not happy. So these are the devotees of Gauranga Maharaj. So much attachment to Radharani's direct self. Even one drop of this comes in our heart is too much, our life is too much fortune. Radha bhajana jadi mati nahi bela, Krishna bhajana taba, akarani bela, kako bhakti vinodsa. If your bhajan of Krishna has not brought you to the feet of Radharani, then your bhajan of Krishna is completely useless. Therefore, the gopis were following the footprints. And they saw one place where Krishna, there were some flowers there, Radharani wanted, therefore Krishna lifted her up. Or it could be Krishna himself standing on his tippy toes, he reached up. Therefore gopis seeing the footprints, gopis expert trackers. The gopis too much criticizing Krishna also at this time. But that criticism is full of attachment to him. If Krishna hears that criticism, how much he feels happy. Therefore they said, there, just see, they're on the front part of the impressions of Krishna's feet. It must be that lusty boy has reached on his toes to pick flowers for his beloved. Look how Krishna's feet, this lusty Krishna, his feet are pushed into the ground. Therefore he must have been carrying that gopi at that time. How much he is controlled by women speaking like this. Krishna must have sat down here and decorated the hair of his beloved. That girl also must have been there. They're too much criticizing Radharani and Krishna and that gopi. Therefore Krishna was enjoying pastimes with Radharani and Srimad. But Radharani is not selfish. She is always thinking about this. How I can engage everyone in the service of Krishna. Especially my friends like Lalit and Vishaka, they have given up everything for my happiness. How I can be here alone with Krishna. Therefore, thinking like that, I will give the other gopis also a chance to be with Krishna. And what the Radharani said, I am very tired. I cannot look for. So Radharani wants some excuse to stop Krishna there in Srimad. Meanwhile, Krishna can hear the voice of the nine gopis also coming. And Krishna was worried. Therefore, Radharani has no selfishness. And Krishna also has no selfishness. Krishna was thinking, if the other gopis come and see I'm with Radharani alone, they will become also angry. Therefore, if all gopis are angry, then how they can be Rasi? All will be so much happy just to catch one Radharani. Imagine millions of gopis going in every direction, and Rasi will be completely finished. And gopis will never be satisfied. Yes.
And Sri Maharashi also said that at this point, this is when Mahaprabhu becomes one. And he said, Dvaita Dvaitananda Prakash. And what is the original Prakash? Actually, Mahaprabhu is the original Prakash. You've heard like this before? This is a very important point.
Imritala when Krishna manifested that form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Harikatha is like that.
He had to say at this point, Dvaita Dvaitananda Prakash. Actually, Mahaprabhu is the original Prakash, and all of Govinda Leela is springing out from his form.
This was the original. And Radha Krishna are known here. So Krishna also thinking if all gopis come and they see that I am alone with Radharani, they will also be finished. They will run everywhere. And Lila can satisfy the gopis also. So Krishna thinking, also confidential thing is that Radharani also made me too much proud at that time. Even how Krishna can tolerate pride, and many devotees even he punished Radharani by disappearing. At that time Krishna had not disappeared, he was simply standing near one dark mountain. And not seeing him, Radharani became immersed in feelings of separation. Oh Krishna, where have you gone? So Krishna's disappearance also had a very deep reason. Krishna wanted to show the other gopis. Just look at the separation of Radharani from you. Your separation is not equal to one drop of the separation of Radharani. So to reveal the excellence of Radharani's love, Krishna disappeared from her. So Radharani's disappearance is not selfish, and Krishna's disappearance is also not selfish. So, when Radharani said, I cannot go any further, Krishna said, you climb on my shoulders. That time when Radharani went to climb, Krishna disappeared. In separation from Krishna, Radharani became as if burned in a huge forest fire. Hana Brahmana Presh, Kwasi Mahabhuja, Dasya Ste Kripadayame, Saki Darshana Samvit. These are names of Krishna. And the name of Krishna is the cause of all trouble. If you chant the name of Krishna, you develop prema. And that prema is the cause of all suffering. Therefore, the name gives nectar, the name gives poison. The name of Krishna burns both ways, like a sword. Chandidas is saying, like a sword cuts when you do this, when you do this. Therefore, the name is the cause of prema, the cause of separation. And in separation, you also have to chant the name. So both ways that name causes so much burning. Therefore, in separation from Krishna, what do the gopis do? They also chant the names of Krishna. That time, Radharani chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. But when Radharani chanting the Mahamantra, Hare there means Hare, Krishna. Sri Gurudev, Govind Maharaj and Sri Chaitanya Maharaj both gave that explanation. When Mahaprabhu is chanting Mahamantra, he is not thinking Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna. He is thinking in the mood of Radharani, oh Hari, oh Krishna, oh Ram. But we are not like that because our Sudev is not just Krishna, our Sudev is Radha and Krishna. So we have another understanding of it. Devotees have given both explanations for the Mahamantra. So, did you read that book, Jana? That blue one. There's all the different explanations of this Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Also, Bhajan Rahasya explains
so many explanations.
Effect on the practitioner of every syllable.
And for Radharani, Hana. In separation, Radharani also taking shelter of the name. Oh Nath, oh beloved, Raman Presh, oh best of lovers, Kwasi Mahabhuja, oh Krishna whose arms are very strong like a serpent. Kwasi, where are you? Dasya Ste Kripanayame, Saki Dasya Sangha. Oh Krishna, I am your maidservant. Please be merciful to me and again give me your darshan. So in separation from Krishna, Radharani also feeling I am dasini type, that is the nature of separation. Thus, some Rasa is very complicated. That's why the gopis were also searching out Krishna. They came across Radharani rolling on the ground, burning in separation, feelings of Krishna. When they saw Radharani's separation, they realized our love for Krishna is nothing compared to her love for Krishna. And the gopis thought, what is the use of pursuing Krishna in this dark night? His feet are very soft. If we chase him, he will simply go further into the forest. Then how much suffering he will have. We do not care. We do not want him to suffer. We want him to be happy. But all gopis gathered together on the bank of the Yamuna and they sang that Gopi Geet. Everyone has, or you can remember a few verses you can sing. Is there Gopi Geet? In the blue book, 236. Just some 3-4 verses. So gopis gathered together and their weeping became verses. They are not singing, their weeping became these verses. That is, Gopya Uvacha Jayati Tetika Janmana Braja Sayata Indriya Sasarajani Naita Desaka Very famous is that Tavakatamritam Bhaktajivanam. Oh Krishna, your Harikatha is like nectar, Bhaktajivanam. Who hears your katha, your topics, all the forest fire, all the burning feelings of material existence are completely annihilated and destroyed forever. Kavibiritam Kaumasapa. The persons who describe these topics, they're the topmost of poetic personalities. Karma Saptaha. And one who hears it, all bhajus are finished. Shravana Mangalam, the hearing of your Harikatha is the most auspicious activity. Srimad, those pastimes are very powerful. Bhuvigarantiye Bhuvitejana. Oh Krishna, the person who speaks these pastimes in this world, they are the most munificent of all personalities. But another meaning is also there. All these verses have so many meanings. That book is there, Gopi Gita. If you get a chance, could have spoke all these things and you can read. We have copies here? Yeah. Everyone should take copy and read. Another meaning comes, Tavakatam Vritam. Oh Krishna, your topics cause death. Your topics are like poison. We were very happy before we heard Krishna. We had our husbands, our children, our material joys. But as soon as we heard about you, all this was burned to ashes. Therefore, Tabakatam Ritam Tapta Jivanam. Krishna, your Harikatha is like poison. It caused all type of misery in everyone. Kavigiritam, Kalmasam, Shravana Mangalam. The topic of Krishna, the most inauspicious thing. Don't hear, don't hear. Srimad Arthatam, it causes so much burning in the heart. Bhuviganantiye, Bhuli Dejana. And those persons who spread topics of Krishna everywhere, they're like butchers. Guru Maharaj says, beware. If sadhu will come with the book under their arm, Guru Maharaj will say, come, just hear a little bit about Krishna, 5-10 minutes. But you should run away, because those persons are butchers. They never care for anyone. Like the butcher is very cruel. They chop the heads off animals. In the same way, devotees speaking Katha like butchers, chopping off the heads of family life, material attachment. And then the Prabhupada said, Pranatadehinam papakarshanam Chunachanam bujam sri ketanam Pani Fanatitam Te Padam Bujam Krimi Kuchesya Mat Kundi Ridit Chayam Pranatadehina. O Krishna, your lotus feet destroy all sins. Papakarshanam. But those same feet are worshipped and massaged by the goddess of fortune. Those same feet dance upon the head of Kaliya. And please keep those lotus feet here upon our bodies, upon our breasts. So God is singing this madness. So many meanings of each verse, each word. Because 4 types of gopis are singing. But each verse has so many different meanings. So they said, Rasa Samvidam Rid Jayodayam Prasittananam Prema Krishna. Oh Krishna, when we remember the way you spoke with us, the way you touched us, your laughing words, and your face covered by your locks of hair, when we think of this, our hearts are torn by loss. We remember your smiling face, your broad chest. We experience severe pains in separation from you. Yaste sujata charam duruhustanesh. Videsane priya dadimahi karkiseshu. Oh Krishna, your lotus feet are very soft. When we think of you moving in the forest, where there are so many thorns and stones, our heart feels so much pain. Krishna, we wish we could keep your very soft feet upon our bodies, instead of walking on the stony paths of Vrindavan. But we fear, because your feet are so soft, even our bodies may give you pain. So gopis have no desire at all for their own enjoyment. Their only desire to give satisfaction and happiness to Krishna. Therefore Krishna always is completely controlled by their love. That time we should not think Krishna is very far away. Because the nature of love, it never says, I love you. In America, 100 times a day, I love you, I love you, I love you, then 1 year later divorce. That is the nature. As soon as it comes out of the mouth, it's lost. Therefore you see in old Vedic culture, husband and wife never so much showing affection in public places. That love is very deep and secret inside. Even one should never say, Gurudev, I love you very much. That love is also lost. But the gopis never revealing their love for Krishna, just like if you keep a room locked and you put incense in it. But if you keep the windows and doors locked, that smell becomes very strong. So one who keeps love in their heart and never lets it out through the mouth, that prem becomes thick. Thick like nectar, thick like honey. How much the gopis love Krishna, how Krishna knows. They are not speaking. Krishna also has a desire to hear from them what they really think. For that reason also Krishna disappeared. When the gopis think Krishna is not there in their madness, they are revealing their love. Krishna must be there somewhere here. Oh, this is not so lovely. How much Krishna feels satisfied. Therefore, tasam marurus Sori smayamana mukhapitam pitambara dravashaksha bibang dravashavi shakshat manmata manmata. The time as those gopis were grouped around singing these gopi gits, that time Krishna again manifested before them. In what form did he manifest? Sukadeva Goswami also angry with Krishna, because why he treated the gopis so badly. Therefore, Kesam Avrup Sori, really he is the son of Vasudeva, because warrior caste. Only a warrior could be so cruel. Kesam Avrup Sori, Smayamanam Mukham Puja, Pitambara Dravashat, Vivad, Pitambara Dravashat Vishakshat Manamukam. Just like a beggar. When a beggar comes, what do? Give some donation. So Krishna appeared before the millions of gopis with his cloth like this. I have done offense. I have done wrong. I left you and treated you like that. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. That time Krishna had such a smile on his face, so sweet. Also some shame. Some like he catch someone stealing cookies. And that time the expression on their face, some shame, I have done wrong. But Krishna also inside one great happiness. Oh, the gopis love me like that. So many moods also in Krishna, as he came with his cloth around his neck begging. That time the beauty of Krishna, Sakshat Manmata Manmata. As if Krishna is at that time the direct attractor of Cupid himself. So when the gopis saw Krishna, when a friend comes, what do? Give him a seat. So gopis have very thin cloth covering their heads. The gopis spread their cloth like this. Millions and how many gopis? Millions and millions and millions. Their cloth they put, which was decorated with the kumkum and fragrance on their bodies. They made one like this seat. But seat not from like cushions, seat from the cloth. Nicely decorated with the anurag, the kumkum from their bodies. Krishna sat on that Vyasa side. How much attractive he looked at. Which is that form? Relevant for 100 bhakti points. Gopinath and Jagannath Puri. There is one deity, the only deity in the whole world. You'll see Krishna sitting. And that deity was manifested by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself in Jagannath Puri. Chaitanya Gopinath Maharaj ki Jai. You sing the Gopinath. Gopinath. Useless. One time you must sing. You sing so beautiful. Very attractive deity. Very attractive. His chest broad like an emerald slab. His waist very thin. And sitting in the yogi position. Nowhere else you see the deity of Krishna there. That is Gopinath, the direct lord of the gopis. Attractor of the gopis. If you said deity once, you'll forget everything in your whole life. That time, when Krishna was sitting there, different gopis were behaving with him in different ways. Some gopis catching his hand. Until on a river Gopinath, guess we were there before Guru had left. Many mornings we'd walk from Mangala to there were some gopis catching Krishna's hand, some massaging his feet, some doing some other seva, putting sandalwood on his chest, and one gopi is putting tambul into Krishna's mouth. Some Krishna taking his hand and putting hair upon her chest. But one gopi in a distance was looking at Krishna with crooked eyes. You are a great cheater. Which gopi was that? That's Srimad Radhika himself. Therefore, that again was the meeting of Krishna and the gopis. And Krishna again performed Raslila. That is Raslila himself. Shri Raslila Maha Mahotsav ki Jai. That time was a wonderful conversation between Krishna and the gopis. If you hear, you become astonished how much Guru Maharaj loved this conversation. The gopis asked Krishna a question. What type of person are you? can remember there are 4 types of persons. Oh Krishna, can you tell which one you are? One person. If you love them, they love you. Like a businessman. They will love you if you show them affection and they love you. Are you that type? There are some persons, whether they love you or not, they don't care. What is that? Like a liberated soul. Atmaram. You love them, no problem. You don't love them, they don't care also. They're independent. They're always tasting their own bliss if they never depend on anyone else. Actually, there's 9 types. Another one is Saptaha. Saptaha means all his desires are satisfied. Therefore, whether you love them or not, they don't care. But mainly it's 4. This 4 is divided into groups. There is another one. Even if you don't love them, they love you. What is that? Like mother and father, like guru. Okay, we can't go through that. So what is the first one? Businessman. What is the second one? Self-satisfied person. What is the third? All desires are fulfilled. What is the 4th and 5th? You love them. Even if you love them or don't love them, they still love you. With that, like guru, like mother, father. And there's a 4th type who is ungrateful. What is that? No, that's 6. 6 right here. There's 7 times. No, 7. Means ungrateful. You've done so much for that person never remembers that. Then they neglect you. That person is called Atitagra, ungrateful person. And the 7 is called Guru Drohi. You've done so much for them, they become against you. Guru Drohi. Which is worse, someone who is against, or someone who is ungrateful, or someone who goes against you? Someone who goes against you is worse. So the Guru Drohi is the worst. So Krishna, of these 7, which one are you? Very difficult question. It means are you one of the 4 actually? Are you a businessman? Are you self-satisfied? Are you like mother, father and guru? Or are you like ungrateful or guru drohi? Very difficult question. I'll read the translation. Some people reciprocate with those, some people reciprocate the affection only of those who are affectionate towards them, while others show affection even to those who are indifferent or inimical. And yet others will not show affection towards anyone. Please explain this to us. Krishna said, those who only show affection, if you show affection, are actually selfish. They have no true love for anyone. They are not following religion at all. That is not love. Some people are, even if you go against them, they still love you. Such people are generally merciful. They're like parents or like the spiritual master. Such persons who devotedly serve even those who fail to reciprocate with them have affection. There are others who are spiritually self-satisfied, materially fulfilled, ungrateful, or simply envious. You should know that I am not any of these 7. For example, Krishna, I'm none of these 7. I'm not a businessman. I'm not self-satisfied, otherwise why I called my food and called you. I'm not ungrateful because I'm always indebted by your service. I'm not against you because again I appeared after I left you. Therefore Krishna is saying I am none of these 7. And Gopi said, okay, what are you? Then you explain yourself. And Krishna said, the reason I left you was to increase your attachment. Just like a miser who loses his wealth becomes very much mad. Become mad. They're always thinking of that wealth. Therefore they become so anxious to achieve that wealth they cannot think of anything else. Therefore, I left you simply to increase your attachment for me. They hear not saying. But when gopis heard that, gopis became very angry. But he was not saying directly. Gopis think, what Krishna? You think we are some type of practitioner? For a practitioner, that may be true, but gopis are not practicing devotees. They are perfect devotees. Siddhas. The gopis say the conclusion is you must be Guru Drohi. Because you've said so many times, Radhika Prem Guru, Ami Shishinata, Radharani's friend is my Guru. I'm always controlled by your friend. Therefore you left us and abandoned us and never cared, therefore you must be the seventh. If the gopis not accepted Krishna's explanation of himself. Then finally, Krishna was defeated by their words. When someone is defeated and has no other option, what do they do? Dandava. Napareham nadavijit samyudam swasabhyo vidyu kriti vipudayu sriva mam bhajan durga deha shrinkala sampustatya padyadu sadhana. From Krishna, I cannot repay you, I cannot repay you, I cannot repay you. Your service to me has no selfishness. Even if I had a lifespan as long as Lord Brahma, I could not repay the debt I owe to you. Please just be satisfied with your own greatness. You can imagine the purity of the love of the gopis. Krishna says, I cannot properly reciprocate with you. This is one of the reasons why Krishna came again as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's like if your Pankaj $100 and I cannot repay him, the Pankaj says, no problem. You don't have to repay me at all. How I can repay that debt to Pankaj? I have to go around. Pankaj is very generous. He freed me of $100 debt. If I'll meet, I'll have to glorify him. If you do not do so, you cannot become free from that debt you owe to someone. But Krishna admitted, I cannot repay the debt to the gopis. Therefore, what did Krishna do? Consider. Again, he came in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. From door to door, door to door. The gopis are the greatest. No one loves Krishna like the gopis. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Therefore, his next appearance, Krishna tried to relieve himself of the debt he felt to the gopis by glorifying him in every village, every house. Krishna tried to free himself from the debt he owes to the gopis by preaching their glories everywhere. And this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The devotees will also help to preach the glories of Radha, especially Radharani everywhere, and Krishna becomes very much indebted to that person. Also Krishna says, you gave up and Krishna made a promise in the Gita. Jaijitamam prapadyante kamsate bhajahamyam mamavat manavatam manusaputta sarvasya. Krishna says, I promise, in that way you come to me, I will reciprocate with you in the same manner. In simple words, Guru Maharaj says, if you come to Krishna with $5 worth of bhakti, what's Krishna going to give you? $5 worth of himself. You can $20 of devotion, and Krishna will give you $20 of himself. But really, Krishna is a businessman. Guru Maharaj. He promises, you come to me, whatever way you come to me, I will reciprocate with you exactly with that way. Therefore, those who want material enjoyment from Krishna, how does Krishna reciprocate with them? By giving them material enjoyment. Those who want to become zero by following paths of nihilism and Buddhism, how does Krishna reciprocate? By making them zero, destroying their existence. Those who think that Krishna's names, forms, qualities, and pastimes are material, how does Krishna reciprocate with them? By putting them into the endless cycle of material names, forms, qualities, and pastimes. Endless cycle of samsara. And those very rare souls who understand that Krishna's form is eternal spiritual. His pastimes are spiritual. His activity is spiritual. How does Krishna reciprocate with such devotees? Yeah? He gives them an eternal spiritual form. Gives them a place in the spiritual world where they constantly engage in also participating in Krishna's activities. That is how Krishna reciprocates. Those who want Krishna as a friend, Krishna comes as their friend. Those who want him as a son, Krishna comes as their son. Those who want him as a lover, Krishna comes as their Gopinath. But some devotees cannot repay. especially for Krishna. Therefore Krishna said, you gave up everything for me. Your husbands, your children, your homes, all sense of shame. And Krishna thought, I will also have to do that. But then Krishna knew he could not do it. How can I give up my nice hair? How can I give up my food and peacock feather? How can I give up my yellow cloth? How can I give up my millions of devotees? How can I give up my mother and father, none of you say? How can I give up my Vrindavan? I cannot. For that reason Krishna promised. But Krishna says, Pratiyatu Sadhunam, I will come as a sadhu and I will repay my debt. When Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what did he do? Gave up his cloth, gave up his hair, gave up his peacock feather, gave up Vrindavan, gave up Navadvip. Lakshmi, isn't it? Kwaka Sadusaga Surepstadaja Lakshmi, Dharmista Aja Machataskara Gadaranam, Mayat, Anvatava, Bambete, Mahapurushte, Chiranyaram. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave up everything, including Navadvip, including the goddess of fortune, Vishnupriya, including his mother, Sachimata, all his friends and devotees, his hair, his complexion, his cloth. He gave up everything. And what did he become? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sannyasi, door to door, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Shri Satchidanand Gaura Hari Ki Jai. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Ready, Gauranga Maha? Where's Jai? Where's come on. Jagadish. Where's Jagadish? No, missing out. Okay. Yadi Gauranga.
Jadi Gauranga Nahita Kapiki Bhaita Himane Garita Jai
to hearing of this Raslila, that time Parikshit Maharaj was seeing the faces of the other audience who were thinking why Krishna is doing these activities, dancing with the wives of other men. This is religious. They had to dispel their doubts. Parikshit Maharaj asked that question. Shri Krishna came to this world to establish Dharma. Why is he performing the religious acts? And Sukadeva Goswami became king. Great personalities are not affected by their activities, like the sun. The sun shines on stool and urine, dustin. The sun never becomes contaminated. It purifies everything. In the same way, great personalities like Krishna perform all types of acts. They are never affected by it, whether good acts or pious activities or impious activities. Indeed, Parikshit Maharaj Sukadeva Goswami became so much disturbed by that question. Immediately he went into the pastimes of Akrura taking Krishna out of Vrindavan. You see, Bhagavatam goes right hand. From there, straight out of Braj. So Sukadeva Goswami continued. Kamsa was very wild. They sent many demons like Putana, Agasur, Sakadasur, Shrinavat, Pralandasur. But no one ever returned. Indeed, Vrindavan was like a Bermuda Triangle for demons. Many came, but many went and never came back. It must be that Vrindavan has some special power. If I can bring Krishna Balaram out of Vrindavan, then I can kill them. So with that idea, on the day of Ekadasi, he called his friend Akrura. Akrura is a devotee of Krishna, but he was a little bit eating off both plates. After serve comes, otherwise comes to kill him. The Akrura gave him a golden chariot. You go there anyhow, by any means, you must bring Krishna Balaram from Vrindavan here to Mathura. So Akrura is thinking, Kamsa is actually a great fellow, because now by his order I am seeing the Supreme Lord face to face. And Akrura, on the way, he saw the footprints of Krishna in the stone. He offered prayers. Therefore, Akrura achieved perfection by offering prayers to God. Now, in the devotion one is Vandana. Offering prayers, Akrura showed how to achieve perfection by offering prayers. He came to Vrindavan and Nanda Baba welcomed him with so much affection. Krishna and Balaram both grabbed his hands. Oh, dear uncle, what has happened? That time Akrura took Krishna and Balaram to a solitary place. You are not really the son of Nanda, your soul. You really are Chaitra, you are the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. Devaki, Vasudeva Maharaj brought you here to Gokul when you were a newborn baby. But really, your parents are there in Mathura. That time Balaram glanced at Krishna. Oh, don't tell anything, brother, but really we are born here. You are not us. Don't you know that every day Kamsa he has your parents in jail? And he grabs them, sometimes he kicks them. Tell me, where is Krishna Balaram? How can I kill him? Sometimes he puts big stones on the chest of your father and maltreats him in every way. That time Krishna also became, yes, they are also my devotees. But Krishna decided, tomorrow I will leave for Vrindavan. As soon as this word came, you could imagine the position of the gods. Even one moment without Krishna was like millions of years. And now Krishna is leaving Braj. You have that kirtan? But the bamboo rolling the gas and what's that one? Check it. Huh?
She's singing her birthday, didn't she?
Okay, this side of it. Therefore, when the gopis heard Krishna was leaving, they became absorbed in feelings of separation. The cowboys became very happy. Now we will go to Mathura. Some wrestling match will be there. Good adventure. Nandagopal and the other cowards became happy. But Yasoda and the gopis became busy unhappy. They knew Krishna will not return. Therefore, the gopis wept. Govinda, Damo, Dharmada. How can we exist without Krishna? In the evening when he returns from cow grazing, his body is covered by dust. He appears even more attractive in that way. And when he applies his fruit, he attracted our minds from our bodies. How can we live without him? Therefore, the gopis were just, that night was such a painful night. The gopis lamented and they cursed the Creator. This akrura, cruel means cruel, but this person is not a krura, he is really but a cruel person. Aho vidatas kavana prachikaya, and they cursed the Creator. Oh vidata, that means Lord Brahma, but also it means Krishna also. Aho vidatas kavana prachikaya. Oh Creator, you have no mercy whatsoever. Shivang, it's alright, I have one. I've got 2 liters. Why? Your activities are like a child. What does a child do? He very carefully makes a sandcastle, then he kicks it and breaks it. Very carefully you have made man and woman in this world. And especially you have created Krishna. And some gopis are not thinking Krishna is God. They're thinking he is own boy, village boy, the very attractive. Therefore, not only you made Krishna so attractive, that is your childish play. And you made us gopis, and you arranged for us to be born in the same village. You arranged this love and affection between us, and then for no reason you break it. Without you were like a cruel child. This whimsical play of yours is just like child's play. If you wanted to break this relation, why you made it in the first place? You showed us Krishna's face with his dark hair hanging over. Krishna's hair very long. Sometimes Krishna wears his hair in 4 styles. Parted in the back, bun, loose, braids. Therefore you showed us Krishna's face with his hair hanging over. So much attractive with his fine cheeks, raised nose, and gentle smiles which arouse so much desire within our heart. You made that face. You made him, and now you're making him invisible to us. Therefore your behavior is very bad. Oh providence, oh fate, you came here with the name Akrura, but really you are very cruel. Cruel means very cruel and selfish. You are a fool, because you are giving something and taking it away. You are a very miserly personality. Therefore, you are not just taking away Krishna, you are taking away all beauty, you are taking away our own lives also. Thus, this is the nature of Krishna. He breaks friendships in a second. So don't think if you become Krishna devotees are thinking. Gopis are speaking in ecstasy. This is the nature of Krishna. In a second he breaks friendships. He is very restless. He will go there to Mathura, he will forget us forever. Krishna by force, his beauty made us his maidservants. And now he is going to Mathura, he will always be looking for new lovers there. Thus, this dawn is coming as the cessation of our good fortune, and this dawn indicates the awakening of the good fortune of the ladies in Mathura. When Krishna enters Mathura, their eyes will become successful as they drink the nectar of his beauty. Therefore, our Krishna is very obedient and simple. When he goes to Mathura and the young girls there speak to him, he will forget everything. He will be enchanted by their alluring, shy smiles and their sophisticated manners. We are village girls. And they are city girls, polished, educated. When he goes there, he will forget everything. Therefore, this Akrura is extremely selfish and cruel. He's not just taking away Krishna, he's taking away our lives as well. Therefore, the gopis, we should go and stop Akrura's chariot. Then some gopis said, are you mad? Your parents-in-law, your husbands, your relatives are watching. Without shame, you will go there and stop Krishna's chariot. Then some gopis said, we will go there directly and stop the chariot. What can our relatives do now to us? We are already dead. Our hearts have been wrenched from our bodies and we will stand there and watch. We cannot bear to give up Krishna's association even for a second. When Krishna brought us to that Ras Lila, we enjoyed his smiles, affectionate glances and talks. We passed those many nights as if it was 1 second. Without Krishna, how we exist here in this world? The whole world would be empty. How can we exist without Ananta, that means Balaram's friend, Krishna? Thus the gopis, agitated by feelings of separation, they loudly cried, Govinda Damo Dadamana. Govinda Damo Dadamana. Govinda Damo Dadamana. Govinda Damo Dadamana. This is meeting, there's meet Purara, that feelings you get before meeting Krishna. This is called Bud Viraha. Krishna is still there, but they are feeling separation. What to speak of Krishna's feelings of separation when Krishna was leaving on the chariot? And what to speak of the gopis' separation when Krishna had left? 3 types of separation. Thus, the gopis fell unconscious around the chariot. And Akrura, who was very cruel, he drove the chariot around the prostrate bodies of the gopis and left Brajamandal forever. As he was leaving, Krishna said, "If I ask it, I will return the day after tomorrow." Thus, taking their minds with him, Krishna and Balaram went to Mathura. The gopis remained lifeless like figures on a painting. Those gopis never moved. Gopis became like that because Krishna took their lives with them. The gopis then never returned back to their houses. They stayed there with Kari. They never took bath. Because the last thing touched them was the dust coming from the chariot of Kuru that settled on their bodies. This dust is our last connection with Krishna. We will wash it off. For whom we will take bath, for whom we will comb our hair, for whom we will eat, Krishna is not here. Therefore, one form gopis remained in instead of separation of divine knowledge. Akrura came to Vrindavan and Mathura. On the way there, he had darshan of Krishna Balaram Sarupa as the Supreme Lord. Because Akrura, thinking how these small boys can kill Kamsa with the strength of thousands of elephants, and who would control all the other demons by his strength. So to remove Akrura's doubt, Krishna manifested his form as Gabara and Kirdaksai Vishnu, and Balaram manifested his form as Amandashesh to destroy the doubt of Akrura. So that way Krishna and Balaram finished their pastimes in Vrindavan, and now began their pastimes in Mathura. When Krishna Balaram entered Mathura, that night they stayed outside the city. The next morning they said, "Baba, we want to go for a walk. We have never been in the city before." And Baba said, "Be careful, don't steal things like in Vrindavan. This is Kamsa's city. Be very careful. When Krishna Balaram entered the city. Before, the people had heard about Krishna Balaram, but they'd never seen him. There was some saying, look, there is Krishna who killed Putana, Trinabhat, and Pralambasur. Krishna never killed Pralambasur, Balaram killed Pralambasur. Because it's like village talk, they had heard but not heard properly, therefore they were mixing everything up. Therefore Kamsa had a very big bow of Lord Shiva, and he was worshipping them. Therefore the two brothers walked towards that bow, but they thought this is not good, we are dressed as village boys, cowherd boys. You see cowherd boys, how they dress? Like village kids. But now in the city, like a farmer, comes to the city, he feels shy, so he puts down his Stetson, what we call his big 4-gallon hats, and he gets some proper pants and shirt that he moves in the city, he feels safe. And same way Krishna Balaram thinking, we are village boys, this is not cool. Everyone will know us parochial yokels. We need to change our dress. They came across one washerman. He was Kamsa's washerman. He had so many donkeys also loaded with cloth. One time I asked Guru, what would be my next birth? He said, next birth, I was one of those donkeys. So Krishna Balaram said, Ram, Kamsa is our uncle. You have so many cloth, please donate it to us. And that washerman, he became very angry. He began abusing Krishna and Balaram. In his last life, that was the same washerman that abused Sita. Oh, you boys, who the hell do you think you are? This cloth is for royalty. You are low-class cowherds. You are like crows who steal ghee meant for the yaki. I will never give you. And if you make any more disturbance, I'll finish you off. Then Krishna cut off his head with his hand. With his hand he cut off his head. Then all the other washermen became afraid. Some again. They ran away leaving all the clothes there. The boys became very happy. They began opening everything. Therefore all the clothes were mixed. And also Kamsa was very huge, therefore Krishna's foot was like this. Because Kamsa was like so huge person, and Krishna's like small youth. Therefore after they got, the legs were dragging, arms were hanging, Kota was hanging off him. If they went to one tailor, please help us. The tailor was very happy to have Krishna Balaram there. He stitched some cloth, Krishna gave him the benediction, go to Bhagavat. Then some persons gave mala, flower garland, that was Sridhar. Sridhar, the flowers, gave Krishna Balaram one garland. For that Krishna gave him perfection, all wealth and happiness in this life, and next life he'll come to the spiritual world. Just for a flower garland. Who is making flower garlands here for Krishna? Who does every morning? Broken and good. Okay. Does it explain why I had to start this morning? So we'll change the subject. Make sure you don't die while the Saptaha is going on. Give me a bad reputation. So Krishna and Balaram immediately covered their beauty. They immediately covered their beauty from head to toe. They were afterwards, when the ladies of Mathura saw Krishna Balaram, they said, Gopya tapaki machara devanushirupam, lavanyasara nasamoda mananyasidam, Drigabi davatam, durapam, ekanta dhamasa, oisara shriyasiyas. What is the good fortune of the gopis? Because we are seeing the same Krishna, but we are not seeing the same Krishna that the gopis saw in Vrindavan. Guru Maharaj is like a lion on the field, in the jungle, and like a lion in a cage. Ever gone to a lion in the zoo? He's moving up and down in a small cage. His hair's fallen out. He's not very happy. But it's the same lion that you see running free in the forest. But the forest lion, how much happy and beautiful. In Krishna Vrindavan, how much he is sweet. And as soon as he came to Vrindavan, all his beauty was covered by cloth, shoes, turban, helmet, things. What good fortune the gopis had to always see the beauty of Krishna. Lavanyasara masamoda mananyasika. His form is so beautiful, it does not need any ornaments to make it beautiful. This old girl needs lipstick, eyeliner, 2 pounds of makeup, some cloth. And people go, hey, the Krishna is not like that. Even without any makeup, he appears more attractive. But anything you put on Krishna, any ornament, any decoration, that ornament becomes attractive by touching Krishna's body. That's how much he is beautiful. Therefore, all beauty, all lustre, all effulgence, all sweetness is all contained within the form of Sri Krishna. And how fortunate the gopis who always saw that thing. So, as Krishna and Balaram moved here and there, all the ladies in the tour would go on the roof and sing. Some were washing, some were doing this, that. But when they saw, they ran to the roof to glance at Krishna and throw flowers on him as he walked past. Then, Krishna, he went to the wrestling arena where Kamsa was worshipping the sacrificial dog of Lord Shiva. I'm not surprised. I'm not wrong. On the way, Krishna saw one hunchback woman. Who was she? Remember we told her history the other day? Super nose? Super nose? Remember? Come on, don't tell me to forget also. In her last life, she approached Ram to marry her. But Lakshman cut off her nose and ears. Because she was virgin girl, no one had touched her. Therefore, Lord Ram made sure no one would ever touch her. Therefore, her desire remained, I will marry the Lord. I will marry Ram. So Krishna fulfilled her desire in the next appearance. Therefore, she came as Kubja, Trivakra, bent in 3 places. Would anyone have an affair with a hunchback? No. Therefore, her name was Trivakra. She used to grind sandalwood paste and give that on the chest of Kamsa every day. So when she was walking, Krishna called out. Krishna not listening, he's not low class. Krishna said, oh Sundari, oh beautiful one. And Kunja was like, whole life no one called her beautiful. Who is calling me beautiful? Then she saw Krishna, so attractive. And she became full of desire. Krishna knew from previous life what happens. Therefore, devotion is never destroyed. Whatever you do this life, that will carry you to your next life. Therefore, Krishna said, oh beautiful one. More than that, oh beautiful thighed one. How intimate. Oh my dear sweet lady, please tell us, who's that ointment, that sandalwood paste, who you're making it for? That maiden servant said, oh beautiful one, I am the servant of King Kamsa. My name is Trivakra. I make this every day for Kamsa. But why should I waste this on King Kamsa? I should give to you. But I am Trivakra, I am bent in 3 places. Krishna said, no problem, I am also bent in 3 places. And you see, whenever Krishna is standing, he's never standing straight, always bent. Ankle bent, knee bent, waist bent, chest bent, neck bent, head bent. Krishna said, you are bent in 3 places, I am bent in 20 places. Therefore we are a good match. Not saying, but indicating. And Kubja think, why I'm giving this sandalwood paste to that demon Kamsa, I must give to these 2 guys. Therefore Krishna's complexion is dark, like sapphire. So in Krishna's dark body, she put that fair color, like white sandalwood. And on Balaram, whose complexion is fair, she put the dark sandalwood. Therefore they look very attractive. And by touching Krishna's chest, she became full of lust. But hunchback, no way, no chance. So Krishna thought how I can repay her. Krishna stood on her toes with his fingers, putting his fingers under her chin, he straightened her immediately. By becoming touched by Krishna, she became the most attractive woman in the world. Therefore, and also she became so much attracted to Krishna, she began pulling his cloth. In front of Balaram and all the other friends, please, hero, you must come to my house. And began pulling Krishna's cloth like this. This is a highly embarrassing situation for Krishna, especially in front of his older brother. Therefore, Krishna used some words that the brother and Balaram would think Krishna was neglecting him. But Krishna's words had meaning that only Kubja could understand. Oh yes, sometime later I will come. Therefore, old lady with beautiful eyebrows, certainly I will visit your house. Indeed, your house is the perfect place for travelers like me to take rest. Therefore, listen to this. Krishna says with his eyes, oh Balaram, why aren't you and all the boys laughing? Can't you see this is not a woman but a cripple? Therefore, I think you are having so much fun inside, so much you are laughing within yourself. Therefore, Krishna spoke conveying to Kuja he was accepting her invitation. But his words were conveying to Balaram and the other boys that he was evading a lusty woman like that. Therefore, Kubja, there are 3 types of conjugal attraction to Krishna. Kubja is the lowest type. Why? Because her love for Krishna is full of lust. She was just trying to enjoy Krishna, she was not trying to get happiness with Krishna. And her rati is called, her love for Krishna is called Sadaranga, like lust. But at least it was towards Krishna and no one else, so therefore she gets like 1 out of 10. The queens of Dwarka, their love for Krishna is called Samanjasya. Because their love for Krishna is there, but it's divided also between affection for their children. But the gopis love, therefore the queens of Dwarka get 5 out of 10. But the gopis get 10 out of 10 because their love for Krishna is exclusive and one-pointed. Therefore their prem is called Samadhi. They can do anything. So, the sight of Krishna aroused the force of Cupid in the hearts of all the women of Mathura. When they saw Krishna, their hair became loose, their clothing became loose, and they were struck by the arrows of Cupid. Then Krishna asked the local people, where is the sacrificial arena of Kamsa? So Krishna and Balaram went there. There were many guards there blocking the entrance. Krishna pushed his way in very easily. Krishna lifted the bow of Shiva very easily and broke it in half with a huge sound. The sound of the breaking bow filled the directions. That sound came in Kamsa's ear. He became full of fear. The soldiers became angry. Grab them, kill them. And all the guards came to kill Krishna and Balaram with the ends of the bow of Krishna and Balaram, made them into mashed potatoes. After killing all the guards, Krishna and Balaram moved here and there like mad elephants. Therefore, having witnessed the amazing deeds of Krishna and Balaram, all the city was talking about it. Did you hear Krishna killed the washerman? And he blessed Sudama. Then he broke the bow. He did this, he did that. So definitely all this katha was going in the ears of Kamsa, who was filled with terror of Krishna. Therefore Kamsa had many inauspicious signs. He knew the 8th son of Devaki would kill him. Now he knew Krishna was the 8th son. Therefore when he would look in the mirror, he would not see his head in the mirror. When he would dream, he would be without clothes, covered in oil, and riding a donkey back. If you ever have dreams like that, then it's time to work. When if you close your ears, you can hear the light hairs moving in the body. Like when you put a conch shell on it, when you put a shell through your ears, that sound you hear on the ocean, that's your own light hairs moving in your body. When Kamsa would do that, he could not hear anything That's a bad sign. That means you're already dead, actually. So he would see many, many horrible dreams of himself. Because his shadow had holes in it, many things. Therefore, whether waking, sleeping, eating, talking, moving here and there, he always saw before him the form of Lord Vishnu with a chakra in his head and about to cut off his head. One time in Bhagavat, I said, Gurudev, that means come to his Mahabhagavat. He's always seeing Vishnu everywhere. The Guru said, I'm finally only at least one of my disciples comes to his position. Means you and Kamsa can be God brothers. There are always so many nice things to say about So, Kamsa was completely Krishna conscious. Only thing he was in a mood which was unfavorable to Krishna. But Rati was there, otherwise Hari could always think of Krishna like that. Therefore, Kamsa was absorbed in thoughts of Krishna, but his life was not full of bliss, it was full of anxiety. When they would turn off, he would never sleep because whenever he closed his eyes, it would become dark and he would remember Krishna. His wife's hair was always black, therefore, whenever he see his wife's hair, he would remember Krishna. If someone gave him some pumpkin soup or something with some burnt chili and cumin seed, oh, there Krishna has come in the kingdom, he would take out his sword and stab the soup. Everything black reminded him of Krishna. Therefore, he was completely Krishna conscious. The only thing he did not love Krishna, he hated Krishna. Fear of Krishna. But when Krishna killed him, achieved perfection at the time of death, he remembered Krishna. Therefore, Kamsa had made a huge wrestling arena. He had invited all the citizens for the match, including the huge demons like Charan and Musta. Sadhguru was there also. Krishna Balaram had that entered the arena. Then there was a huge demon elephant called Kuvalya Pit. Then Krishna playfully killed him, took out the tusks and beat him to death. They were sprinkled in the blood of the dead elephant, with perspiration on his brow, and his left hand carrying the trunk, the tusk of the dead elephant. I think I'm going to understand. Krishna and Balaram entered the wrestling arena. When Krishna entered, there were many different people in the audience, different mentalities, different moods. All of them saw Krishna in different ways. Therefore, what did they see? Malanamastanam Vinam, Malanamasanayam Sri. Malana Asaminam, Malanasanamam Khanka. What is it? When Krishna entered, there were 12 different types of persons in the audience. And what did they see? Each saw Krishna according to their qualification. This is Krishna's nature. According to the way you approach him, that way Krishna reciprocates with you. Yeah, if you ask everyone out in the world, who is Krishna? They all have their different opinions. Who's Krishna? If you look at the Oxford Dictionary, what does it say? Krishna is a mythological figure. Some say Krishna was a great king, a great hero. Some say he was a politician. Some say he was what? A great yogi. Some say he was a liberated soul, perfected soul. Some say he was a debauchee and a thief. People have many different opinions. Because this is Krishna is approaching them according to their serenity. Then when Krishna entered the wrestling arena, there were 12 different types of persons who saw the same Krishna, 12 different ways. How many Krishnas were there? Were there 12 Krishnas? One Krishna. What did you say? Malanasanam Vinam Narvaram Sriyo Smaram Murtimam Gopanam Swadanam Asatsaki Bhujam Shastra Swapito Shishi Mrityu Bhojapati Virad Vidusham Tapam Padam Yoginam Krishnam paradevati vidito rangam gata sagraja. Sagraja. Krishna ended with his elder brother. 12 types of persons saw the same Krishna in 12 different ways. Mananinasan, Mananiya, Asaniya, Nirman, Nurabara. The huge wrestlers, Charan and Muslims, who were going to fight Krishna to the death. What did they see Krishna as? Asaniya. Like thunderbolts. Okay. An iron Hulk Hogan. Nirman, Nurabara. The ordinary persons were not jealous of Krishna. They saw Krishna as Naravaram, the best of human beings. Srinam Swaramurtiman. The young ladies from the audience, who did they see? Cupid. Cupid himself from the 80. Gopanam Svajanam. There's some cowboys who are in the stands. Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram. What did they see? My relative. Gopanam Svajanam. The elder person saw Swapatra, my son. Aksat Satipujam, Sasta, the wicked kings. Because what's the job of the king? Guilty, innocent. They saw Krishna as the restorer of justice. And because they were wicked kings, they saw Krishna as the giver of punishment. Mrityu Bhojapati. Kant saw Krishna as death. Virata Vidusa, and the ordinary person saw Krishna as what did that? They saw Krishna as a material person. Tattvam Parim Yoginam, the yogis saw Krishna as the absolute truth. Before, can you see the yogis saw Krishna in meditation as the super soul? But now they saw that same super soul walking around carrying an elephant tusk. With the Paratattva Yoginam, the same absolute truth. Rishinam Paradevate Vidito. The Rishis, the devotees in Mathura saw our worshipful Lord. Rangam Gata Sagrata. That was the 12 visions. Krishna has entered the wrestling arena. There was some priest of Kamsa who used to give them $100 a month or whatever they do the puja. When they saw Krishna with disgust. Why? Krishna had just killed the elephant demon, therefore he had some blood on him. They saw, what a disgusting fellow, he didn't even take bath. Obviously he's just killed some innocent animal, he couldn't even wash himself. They saw Krishna with disgust. But when the devotees saw Krishna sprinkled in blood, what did they see? Like a lotus with some, blue lotus with some pink pollen on it. Thus, there were not 12 Krishnas, there was one Krishna. Okay? Who wants the $50 question? Who had the best vision of Krishna? The young ladies in the tour. Thank God no one answers how to give me $50. Who had the best vision of Krishna? That was the young ladies in Mathura. They had the highest love for Krishna, therefore they saw Krishna in his best form as people perceived him. Therefore Krishna Balaram came, and the two huge wrestlers, Charan and Muslim. Hey, you guys are citizens in this Mathura Mandal. Who is the king of this area? Comes Maharaj. Therefore it's the duty of the citizens to please the king by body, mind and words. You should please the king by fighting with us. And Krishna Balaram said, we are small boys. You guys in the 600-pound division. And we are small children. We should fight with some boys our own age. Chanamasti said, no. We know that you are not ordinary boys. Otherwise, how do you kill such persons like Putana, Trinavata, and Akasu? And by force, they grabbed Krishna Balaram and began fighting in that arena. So, as they were fighting, and they were fighting head to head, butting heads, elbow to elbow, chest to chest, knee to knee, foot to foot. They were punching each other, dragging here and there, like mad elephants. That time Krishna very happy with a good fight. Does that mean Charan was doing devotion because Krishna was happy? Because he was trying to kill Krishna. So even though Krishna was happy by his fighting, this is not called devotion because the mood was not there to give happiness to Krishna. His mood was there to kill Krishna. Thus, they struck fist against fist, knees against knees, head against head, chest against chest. There each fighter dragged each other around, threw them to the ground, and tried to crush each other in their embrace. Thus lifting each other, pushing, holding them down. It seemed as if they damaged each other's bodies, so was their eagerness for victory. That time the women were watching, and they said, what a greatly sinful sin. Krishna and Balaram, Krishna is very soft like a small flower, and these demons are huge. And many people are watching and not doing anything. What comparison can there be between these two professional wrestlers with limbs like lightning bolts? And these two small boys whose limbs are very tender. Therefore, in that place where irreligion is being performed, persons who know religion should leave that place. Understand? If we're in some place in Gurudev or Vaishnava being blasphemed, what should we do? Run. If you have power like Sadhguru, you can beat them up. You can cut their tongue. If you cannot cut their tongue, then run from it. For violence is not a bad thing. Sometimes you have to use, that is not a fault. So I imagine I started criticizing your mother, and if you did not say anything, that means you don't love your mother. Understand? So someone blasphemes our Guru Parampara, Krishna, and we have to act like fire. If we can have power, you can cut out their tongue. Before kings would cut out the tongues of persons who criticized the Vaishnavas. But now you cannot cut out their tongue, I know you go to jail for the rest of your life. And just imagine the front page of the LA Times. Hare Krishna. So in this age, you cannot cut out tongues. But from this age, cutting their tongues means you silence them by your arguments. That is the real cutting of tongues. Therefore, that place where an assembly where irreligion is performed, you must speak out. If you cannot speak out, you should leave that place. Just see the lotus feet of Krishna covered by perspiration as he moves here and there, fighting with each other. Indeed, his face looks like dew upon a lotus flower. Do you not see the face of Lord Balaram with his eyes red and laughing to the intoxication in heart? How pious the trucks of Vrindavan. And many people have said, though over there, we already spoke those things. Thus, when Krishna and Balaram heard the ladies lamenting, and Krishna and Balaram decided to finish the fight, therefore Charan, he smashed his fists against the chest of Krishna. But Krishna did not even move, as if he threw a flower on an elephant. Then Krishna grabbed his hands, and Krishna's favorite move, the reverse centrifuge. Krishna spun him around so fast, he left his life and he smashed the body into the ground. And Krishna was very kind. When Krishna centrifuged him holding the feet and holding the hands. What do you think about it? Yes, Krishna was very kind. Because if Krishna had centrifuged him, his vision would have been looking at all the audience. So when he died, he would have thought of this world. He could not have achieved perfection. Therefore, Krishna centrifuged him by holding his hands and spinning him around. You ever done that? When you spin around and you can only see the person with the face in front of you. So the time of death, what did he think of? Only Krishna. Therefore, Krishna gave him perfection, liberation. Therefore, Charan Maharaj. Sounds like Shravan Maharaj. Then, Balaram also wanted to finish his guy. Therefore, Balaram slapped him in the face with the left hand. And when Charan fell on the ground vomiting blood, Balaram was so absorbed he stood over the body swearing at him. Using foul words. Means how much absorbed Balaram was in the fight. When I heard that the other day, I became very happy. Thus, Krishna and Balaram's blows were like lightning bolts. Therefore, both of them gave up their bodies. Musik Maharaj. Thus, other wrestlers, they also came into the ring to kill Krishna and Balaram. How did Krishna kill his opponent? By his toes. Krishna must have somehow kicked him in the head and by his toes ripped him in half. Geez, if I was number 3 wrestler, I'd think twice. I've got that back pain coming up. Someone rips you in half in front of you with your toes, I wouldn't go in the ring. Therefore, Krishna and Balaram killed Charan, Muslik, Kutsal, Toshal, and many others. And other wrestlers ran for their life. Therefore, all the crowd were cheering. Krishna Balaram ki! Krishna Balaram ki! Krishna Balaram ki! Madhumangal not happy. Madhumangal not cheering, he's sad. Krishna Balaram won. One more time. Krishna Balaram ki! Krishna Balaram ki! Kamsa became full of, what? Silence! This is my wrestling arena. He became furious. Could not believe Krishna and Balaram had smashed Kuvali appeared the wrestler, as well as Charan, Mustik, Sal, Tosal, everyone else in front of him. Therefore Kamsa began raving like a madman. What did he say? He started shouting, "Drive these 2 wicked sons of Vasudeva out of the city. Confiscate and arrest that fool Nanda Maharaj. Kill my father Vasudeva. They kill my father Ugrasen. And kill that most evil Vasudeva Maharaj, along with all his friends and supporters." Thus, as Kamsa began shouting like a madman, "Kill everyone, stop cheering for Krishna Balaram, shut that music up, I'm king around here." Then Krishna, like a hawk pouncing on a snake, Krishna jumped on him and grabbed his hair. Remember? Now first, Krishna jumped there. Kamsa was on a high dais. Krishna jumped up, but Kamsa was ready on the draw. He drew his sword and shield. And like a hawk, he was moving very fast. But Krishna very easily grabbed the demon like a Garuda grabs a snake. And how Krishna grabbed him by the hair. Why? Remember when his mother Devaki was being married, what did Kamsa do? Took her by the hair. So Krishna took him by the hair. Remember what you did to my mother? Then Krishna picked him in the air, body slam. From the top of the dais, Krishna did body slammed him, then Krishna jumped on his chest. Inside Krishna was the entire creation. But as soon as Krishna landed on his chest, Kamsa was dead. It means Krishna killed him very negligently. Then just as people would believe, then Krishna punched him, but he'd already died. And no one could believe such a small boy could kill such a powerful person like Kamsa. Then will dispel the doubt of the audience. Krishna dragged him by the hair like a lion drags a dead elephant. So Kamsa had been killed. Kamsa's 8 brothers attacked Krishna also. But Krishna did not kill them because he already killed his uncle. He didn't want to kill his other 8 uncles. Therefore Balaram killed those 8 brothers of Kamsa. Thus, Rohini slew them with his club very easily, just as a lion kills a rabbit. Thus, the wives of Kamsa loosened their hair. They were the 2 daughters of Jarasandha, asking for help. They also come weeping there. And Krishna reformed. Krishna went and released his mother and father from the jail. It must be that Kamsa had brought them to watch the wrestling because he wanted extra happiness to watch Krishna and Balaram be killed in front of his parents. Had 5 bonus points. Therefore Krishna released the chains of Devaki and Vasudeva. Devaki and Vasudeva simply stood there, offering prayers to Krishna. You are not our son, you are the Supreme Lord. When Krishna thought this is not very good, so Yogamaya inspired with feelings of parental affection towards Krishna. Then Krishna took the dead body of Kamsa himself, performed the funeral ceremony, and what happened after that? You'll hear.
पार करेंगे नैया रे भजा कृष्ण कन्हैया। पार करेंगे नैया रे भजा कृष्ण कन्हैया।
Prabhu ki jai. Prabhupada Jagannatha Swami Srimad Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Jai Gauri Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Sarve Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Go Premanande. Mahaprasad. So tomorrow is again 7 to 9. Tomorrow is Krishna's going to Gurukul, returning the son of his guru from the dead, the marriage of Rukmini and Krishna, and Krishna returning. Also how he went to Dwarka. And so we try as much as we can. The history of Muchakunda Maharaj, the main pastimes in Mathura. Also tomorrow is the marriage of Radha, this divine couple. Where's your good wife? Where's Radha?
She's preparing.
Okay, that's tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, then Pan Gurudev also.
What time?
Pan Gurudev's evening. Something morning will speak also, but evening mostly because everyone will come in evening. So evening, 5 is starting Kirtan, 6 is Pan Gurudev, and we'll finish 8.
5 to 8 including people?
New people can add, some people can add 6 or 3 hours. Okay, we'll decide what to do. But we want to do Aarti. Aarti is important for people, so Aarti will do. And then Bhagavat Saptaha is finished. Go Premanande. Vanchal Bhakti
मैं सुना था 5 से 8 होगा, उसमें हम लोग 1 घंटा परम गुरु दे। अच्छा Like as a prasad?
Yes, prasad.
Oh, he didn't touch it by mouth.
I thought
He didn't touch it by mouth.
no,
From upstairs.
no prasad.